Hey y'all, I got some shit would need to be said, okay? As you can see, the title reads, Popular Doctor Settles for Garbage Truck Man Who Got Rid of Her Like Trash After 3 Years of Marriage. When I first read this title, y'all, the settle part took me aback a bit because I see nothing wrong with an accomplished woman finding love with a blue-collar worker. What's interesting is, if Miss Calandra Green was married to another doctor, the title would have been different, yet the crime the same. In my eyes, whether the man is a garbage man or a doctor, I'd view them as equals due to the horrid killing of another human being. Miss Calandra Green was 50 years old, an accomplished nurse with many accolades and 4 degrees, one of which was a PhD in organizational leadership. Miss Green made her mark in the healthcare industry with over 30 years dedicated to the nursing profession. And in 2022, Miss Green made history as the first melanated woman appointed as Oakland County's health officer. Though Dr. Green felt fulfilled in her professional life, she wanted to give love another chance as she met Charles Quincy Green Sr., whose blue-collar profession as a garbage truck man didn't deter Miss Green from opening her heart to love. September 3rd, 2020, the two tied the knot and celebrated with family and friends. 3 years into the relationship, it's reported by Miss Green's family and friends, she was no longer happy in the relationship and felt her husband had changed for the worse, labeling him as argumentative, angry, and controlling. It's reported that Calandra planned to leave the marriage, and on May 11th, 2023, around 1:30 p.m., when she returned home from work, the two got into a devastating argument, which led to Mr. Green grabbing his gun to stop Calandra from leaving, and he stopped her permanently by shooting her in the chest. Mr. Green would also be shot once in the head. When Dr. Green didn't show up for work, her colleagues reached out to her mother, to which her mother reached out to the sheriff's department. And when they arrived at the Green residence, they'd find the body of a deceased woman, 50 years old, Dr. Calandra Green, and 52 years old, Charles Quincy Green Sr. As police called the scene a murder-suicide. Miss Green left behind one daughter from a previous relationship. There was an outpouring of love for Dr. Calandra Green as candlelit vigils were erected by her community to talk about and remember such a phenomenal woman. This is a side note, y'all. I never speak on a story unless I feel compelled to, and this story is no different. My heart went out to this amazing woman, not just because she didn't deserve to die the way she did, but because she was such a valuable human being, so valuable. Nurses are so fundamental to our society. And the fact Miss Calandra Green was so exceptional at her career and kept evolving to new heights within her career, meaning paving the way for others and training them according to her blueprint of excellence. That is so powerful and priceless at the same time. Moreover, Mr. Charles Green, who clearly was a mentally disturbed man who wore many masks, he took away an extraordinary woman and then took his own life. Blue-collar worker or white-collar worker, titles, age, race, gender, none of that matters when talking about an evil person or a person with severe mental illness. I was wondering if Dr. Calandra would have been a psychologist, if she would have picked up on her husband's red flags a lot sooner. But you know what? Her planning to leave him after 3 years was actually pretty fast discernment. Some people, it takes them a lot longer. It's just a shame she couldn't get away in enough time to stay alive. Ladies and men out there who are in relationships with individuals who take on the same characteristics of Charles Quincy Green Sr., argumentative, always angry, rageful, super controlling, and vicious. If they switch up on you to the point you don't even know who they are, and you know in your gut you need to leave them alone, you can't just up and leave. I speak from experience. It has to be a well thought out plan to transition away from people like this. And you must do it in a way where you're still pleasant with one another so that they don't catch on to anything. Even if you want to curse them out and kick them out, you still have to remain calm and pleasant. I plan to teach all I know about this because I too was in a situation that I knew I needed to save my kids and myself from. And I also had to be very strategic in how I went about getting away. In my case, the ex decided to hurt me through my kids by hiding my biological children from me, in which I'm still fighting today to find them and get them back. But initially, how we first got away from the toxicity was successful. The plan did work. And as I stated previously, when dealing with people like the passed on Mr. Green, they will try and do anything to one up you, to get you back with them or win at all costs, even if it's through your kids. I'm grateful Dr. Green's daughter didn't suffer the same tragic fate as her mother. But now it's just another motherless child in this world who lost such an exemplary woman as a role model. And it truly breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Comment, y'all.